There's something that no one tells you about spiritual evolution. It doesn't start with your mind, it starts with your nervous system. Because no matter how much you know about consciousness, energy, or the shift that is happening in the world, if your nervous system is dysregulated, you're going to stay stuck in survival mode. And survival mode is the biggest barrier to evolution. So in this video, we're going to break this down. Why is regulating your nervous system the first and most important step in terms of stepping into new earth consciousness? And more importantly, how do you do it? So let's dive in. We live in a world that teaches us to operate in a constant state of stress, always thinking, always doing, reacting. And the result, most people are stuck in a dysregulated state without even realizing it. Your nervous system is like the operating system of your entire being. It controls how you respond to life, how you handle emotions, how you connect to intuition, and most importantly, how much of your power, your own power, you can access. When your nervous system is dysregulated, you're either operating in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn mode. And when you're in survival mode, your body is locked out of higher consciousness. You might know the truth intellectually, but if your body doesn't feel safe, you won't be able to fully live it. So how do we know if your system is dysregulated? Here are some signs, some red flags to keep in mind. One is chronic overthinking and anxiety. You can't relax. Your mind is always scanning for danger. You're hypervigilant, even when everything is seemingly fine. Another one is emotional reactivity. So you find yourself snapping at people, shutting down, or getting easily overwhelmed. Your tolerance level is very low. Another one is burnout and exhaustion. You feel tired all the time, no matter how much you rest. And another sign of nervous system dysregulation is feeling disconnected from your intuition. Your gut instincts feel off or blocked, and you second guess yourself constantly. So if any of this sounds familiar, it's not because there's something wrong with you or that you need fixing. It's because your nervous system has been trained to operate in high alert mode. Now, the good news, you can rewire it. You can shift from survival mode into safety, coherence, and expansion. To understand how to regulate your nervous system, you need to understand 3 main states it moves through. So these are 3 main states that your nervous system can move through. The first state you probably heard of, it's the fight or flight mode, sympathetic. This is where most of society is stuck. Constant stress, overthinking, feeling unsafe, hypervigilant. In this state, your body is flooded with stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline. Your breath is shallow, your muscles are tense, your mind is hyper-focused on problems. This state is helpful if you're running away from a tiger, but if you're living in everyday life, it's exhausting and it blocks your ability to expand into higher consciousness. The second possible nervous system state is what's called dorsal vagal, commonly known as freeze mode. So if stress lasts too long, your system can shut down completely. This is when you feel numb, disconnected, or stuck in apathy. You just want to stay under the covers, stay in bed instead of greet the world. So instead of running from the tiger, it's like you've given up. It's analogous to playing dead. You just collapse and hope it doesn't see you. So this state can look like depression, fatigue, or feeling checked out of life, so to speak. And the third state, which is where we want to spend most of our time, is called ventral vagal. It's flow state and consciousness. This is where you want to be. Your nervous system is calm, balanced, and open. In this state, your breath is deep, your heart and brain are in sync. You feel clear, creative, and connected to your intuition. This is the state where you can access higher frequencies, receive downloads, and create from flow instead of force. And this is what we're here to learn how to cultivate. So how do you shift from stress into coherence? I'm going to propose 5 powerful ways to regulate your nervous system and make your body a safe place for higher consciousness. The first way that I'm going to propose is breath work, which I believe is the fastest way to reset your nervous system. Your breath is the bridge between your body and your energy field or biofield. The fastest way to regulate your nervous system, slow, deep breathing. Think of your breath as an anchor to the present moment. It's always in the here and now with you. So there's a lot of different breathing techniques and none are better than the next. It's really about what resonates with you. One that I propose you could try that's really simple to do right off the bat is to breathe in for a count of 4, hold that breath for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 8 seconds or as long as you can. And then you repeat that for about 2 to 3 minutes. And what that does is it sends a signal to your nervous system, literally saying, we are safe. So the breath is amazing. The second way that I'm proposing is to move your body to complete the stress cycle. When you experience stress but don't release it, it stays trapped in your system. Movement, especially shaking, stretching, or walking, helps your body to discharge built up energy. I mean, think about animals. Think about a deer having run away from its predator. What does it do first? It shakes its body, right? They shake after a stressful event. You can do the same thing. The third way is to get into nature, barefoot if possible. So the electromagnetic field of the earth literally resets your nervous system. And this is called grounding or earthing. So walking barefoot on the ground, also known as earthing, helps neutralize stress and bring your body's nervous system back into balance. This was an old nature cure remedy. The nature cure doctors would literally prescribe dewdrop walking. So in the morning, when their patient first wakes up and there's still that dew on the grass, they would prescribe the individual to go and walk on the grass and ground themselves earth. The fourth way is nervous system toning, which is also referred to as vagus nerve activation. The vagus nerve is the highway. You could think of it as the highway between your brain and your body. The more you tone this vagus nerve, the easier it is to stay in flow state. Now, there's many different activation techniques. Humming or chanting is a good one. Splashing cold water on your face is another easy one to do. Gargling water for about 30 seconds is another option. These small habits, when you do them consistently over time, make a big impact. And I'll link to a few other options that are available as well. The fifth way is to practice safety and stillness daily. So if you've lived in stress for years, your system needs consistent reminders that it's safe now. So even just 5 minutes of stillness a day, it could be meditation, slow breathing, but it could simply be just being still. It helps rewire your system to hold higher frequencies with ease. Again, it needs to be a practice though. It's not just a one and done thing. The sixth way is to go deeper with what's called the safe and sound protocol. So this is more optional if you would like to go deeper into nervous system regulation, or perhaps you've been especially impacted from trauma that is unresolved. You know that it's remained in the tissues in your body, and you would like some extra support in terms of releasing that. So, if you're looking for a structured, science backed way to deeply regulate your nervous system, one of my favorite tools that I use in practice to do this with clients is called the Safe and Sound Protocol, which was developed by Dr. Stephen Porges, who developed the polyvagal theory. So, SSP, which it's often called, is a listening therapy designed to stimulate the vagus nerve and help your nervous system shift out of chronic stress into a state of safety and connection. It's especially helpful for those who, like I said, may feel like you're stuck in anxiety, overwhelm, or past trauma patterns, as it works on more of the subconscious physiological level. So it's not just through the mind, but directly through the body. It's what's called a bottoms up approach. Say, unlike in comparison to talk therapy, which is top down. And sometimes it may be helpful to start with the bottom up approach rather than kind of marinate in the story, if you know what I mean. So, if you'd like to explore whether SSP, the Safe and Sound Protocol, is the right fit for you, you can click the link in the description below, and I'm happy to talk about that with you. Your nervous system is not just a biological system, it is the key to your consciousness. If you can regulate your body state, you can access higher awareness, deeper intuition, and greater alignment with New Earth. In the next episode, we're going to dive even deeper into true health as energy. So, how your frequency determines your well being. So, if you're ready to keep evolving, again, make sure to subscribe, like this video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you want to go even deeper into nervous system healing, remember to consider the Safe and Sound Protocol. The link is in the description below this video. Until next time, breathe deep, move with flow, and remember, you are safe.